if we have gotten to the point where you can no longer trust your security on the government, your security now is on your shoulders and you are the person to protect yourself. However, the governor of Jigawa State seems to disagree with T.Y. DANJUMA there. He said we've not gotten to that point yet. The Nigeria insecurity issues or crisis hasn't gotten to the point where, you know, you think it's a whole lot of things going on, to the point where you want people to defend themselves. Barrister, let's hear your take.
Please, the northern leaders should not bore us with this insecurity issue.
Why not?
They are the one that created it.
How did they create it?
They created it. When they invited the terrorists into this country, what were they thinking? But any time I will listen to them is that if the federal government can prosecute those who brought these people inside here, you know them, I know them, their lists have been given to you. So what are you doing? What are you saying? Every day, we are going to find lasting solution. Government is working hard. In fact, we'll go get them. They will not get away. Shetima will go and find all those ones. They are not serious. They know what they are doing. Is this the first, second, or third? The last time somebody counted how many attacks BENUE and JOS have suffered, it's over 2,000 attacks. In 10 years, 2,000. Yet, no solution. Or is it now that we find solution? They will only beat their time, wait for a while, then when this down, they will resume again.
Barrister, now that you mentioned this, I don't know if you saw the video of chairman of the Fulani cattle rearers or something like that in Plateau State, giving conditions for this crisis to end. And one of the conditions was them shutting down or changing the head of military forces there. So when a civilian, people who are armed, who are not even supposed to be armed in the right place, are giving government conditions, what is this saying to us as a people?
Yes, that is the deceit I'm telling you. They are not sincere. They know what they are doing. It's just that, look, it's unfortunate. The type of religion the Christians practice have made them to be this docile. I'm telling you, they have taken advantage of our peaceful nature. That is why they kill Christians at will, telling you, can you imagine, they will not decide who will be head of what? Because nobody is retaliating. Nobody is fighting back. That's why whenever they feel like they just enter one particular Christian community and wipe them out. How many Fulanis have they killed? As to say, it is both sides or something. How many? No, let them point to me one Fulani man that died in this matter. Or one Fulani village that they went to go and finish all of them there. It is always the Christian community who are non-houses. So, whatever they tell me here, in fact, I'm not even paying attention again. They know what they are doing. Until the other people who are being threatened and who are being killed rise up, this thing will never stop. Go and check. Go and check. Whenever a bully is disturbing your life, the day you will face him squarely, that's when his bullying will stop. So
Barrister, the vice president who ran under the umbrella of a Muslim ticket, Barrister Darlington, will have the two leaders will have the president and the vice president. They are both Muslims. And did the Muslim ticket in a way amplify the killings in Plateau State?
As it is now, it is obvious. That was the agenda. That was the agenda. Why they have been killing? What has Shetima done? What has he said? Nothing. I said it is the Christian community that I blame. I'm not joking. They are the one I blame. Promise, sir? Go to the north now. Let one Christian kill one Hausa or Fulani man in the north and see what will happen. I said one. Either deliberately or unknowingly, that a Christian killed somebody in the north who happened to be a Muslim. I say you will see the reaction. They have called us fools. I'm not joking. Somebody said it has not gotten to If they were to be killing Muslims in this number, will he say the same thing? The answer is no. So those ones that are carrying gun, it is their right to carry gun and kill others. I said northern leaders are very deceitful. Very, very deceitful. I've never seen a very deceitful human being like those people. Look at how they are treating this serious matter. I said, if it is the north that this killing, call not that this killing is going on by non-Muslims, will they react like this? Right. Will they react? You and I know what would have happened. But because it is this side, look at how all of them have kept quiet, kept mute. They are just speaking from both sides of their mouth. I said this thing will get to a head one day. Right. Just mark my word. We cannot continue to be fools. One day, we are going to know who owns Nigeria, whether they are the one or everybody that is a Nigerian. Because they are trying to let us know now that they own Nigeria, they can do whatever they like. And you think this arrogance will continue? It will not continue. It's a matter of time.
So talking about owning Nigeria, we'll come back to that. We'll talk about what the former senior special assistant to the president has resigned now said. But let's still dwell on the insecurity in the north. Central, Pastor Tunde Bakare, who was the former APC presidential candidate, also a clergyman, he's made a statement in his Easter message to the president. He has warned him that Nigeria is at risk of an uprising if he does not act. He said a lot of things. One which is that he said the president and the leaders are bent on turning the country into a mafia state.
Of course.
Barrister Darlington. He went further to say that the National Assembly under President Tinubu is the most inefficient since the Fourth Republic.
Of course.
Barrister, do you share the same thought, or you share a divergent
thought?
Yeah,
they are just talking, but can they put it into action? The answer is no. Is this the first time that some of them have said this thing they are saying? No, tell me, is this the first time? After they bided their time, now I'm telling you here that this killing will not stop. I'm not joking. Until we match them fire for fire, that's the only time they will listen to you.
So Barrister, if you share the same thoughts with Tunde Bakare, how is the president turning, or how are Nigerian leaders trying to turn the country into a mafia state?
Can't you see it?
How?
This
in what aspect?
This non-state actors that are giving you condition, that's what mafias do.
The herdsmen.
Of course. Which other mafia is bigger than those people now? I said they decide what they want and tell it to you that this is what they want. Look at, you said it here now. Let any other group make such a comment or make such a comment, and you see what will happen. So what are you now saying? Is this the first time?
So you think the National Assembly right now, the 10th Assembly, is the most inefficient since the Fourth Republic?
Promise. So if they call you now from outside Nigeria and ask you, how is your National Assembly? What are they saying that the National Assembly
I'm only asking for your opinion.
I said we don't have any, so there's no need mentioning their name. We don't have any National Assembly. We don't. If we have, I'm sure, even the travel that
you to come back to Nigeria today.
Whenever he's coming back, we are no longer interested. If we have a National Assembly, before he come back, they would have started impeachment procedures against him.
Why?
What are you saying? This number of killing is going on and it's somewhere there. Mention any other country where it can happen. Mention any other country where it can happen. Just tell me. This number of killings going on in your country for over 2 weeks now, and you are there, say you are on a working visit. And the National Assembly are just keeping quiet.
From France, he traveled to the UK, and from UK he's going to return
to
Nigeria.
Are you sure you will not Italy, Rome, to go and say hello to Pope that died and his family?
You're being sarcastic.
No, not sarcastic, because the way I look at it, it's just that they are looking for where to go. Promise, they are looking for where to go. Look, these two APC leaders, what they've shown to Nigerians is nothing to write home about. They are looking for where to go and say hello to them, and then drop a chair or two on behalf of Nigerians. Just wait. Let us see whether he will come back today.
He's going to come back. So now I'd like us to look at what the former essay on political matters to the president said. He said Nigeria will cease to exist if President Tinubu rigs the election come 2027. And he also said that there is nobody who will be able to make, no candidates in Nigeria make presidency without the North. Barrister.
So if Tinubu rig election in 2027, there will be no Nigeria.
Yes, he said that. There is also a video to that, but
no, there's no problem. I said there's no problem. There's no problem. This arrogance has been going on for too long.
So do you even think the 2027 election is going to be rigged? Was that of the 2023 also rigged?
Is it not obvious?
Sir?
What else will Tinubu campaign with? Tinubu is not planning to win election. He's trying to rig. Because that's the only thing he will do to win. Nothing. He has no scorecard.
So you're saying the 2023 election was rigged?
Heavily rigged. Didn't you hear the confessions of all the Wike and Co, what they did for Tinubu? All the places they rigged. Didn't you hear the confession not coming out today? Now, from all the people who played evil roles.
So Barrister, talking about election and 2027, there are rumors on the kumkum, but not yet confirmed, that about 4 PTB governors are going to move to APC.
Let them move.
We saw Akwa State governor on that list. We saw Delta State governor on that list. We saw Rivers Siminalayi Fubara, who is under suspension, on that list. And remember, Siminalayi Fubara, in his Easter message, also told people, asked the people of Rivers State to support the APC government under President Tinubu. So you think this is a sign of him trying to swap to APC? And if he swaps, does it mean that he will be reinstated as the governor?
Look, let them learn a lesson from the Bible. When Esau sold his birthright, he didn't get it all. His destiny and his vision and his heritage went with it. He was the first son of Isaac, but look at what happened. Because of a plate of food, his blessings, his destiny, all went with it. Today now, when you want to mention God, you say God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which would have been God of Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. But because of foolishness, a moment of what? Foolishness, he sold his right. So these people that are running to APC, there's no problem. If they make Nigeria a one-party state, I hope they will not turn around to complain, because they will see them as, newcomers, visitors. By the time they start maltreating them, they will run out of APC again. That's the truth. Let them go back to history and check whether APC will welcome them fully. If they are thinking of, is that why they want to sell their right? On what basis will they be supporting Tinubu? Somebody should tell me. Under hypnotism.
That's
let them. Is that what?
That's
because
really
how can you deliberately jump into a raging fire?
Who is hypnotizing who?
No, tell me any person that loves Nigeria that will make such a move. On what ground? So
that of the River State governor now, that of the suspended River State governor, do you not think he's been pressured? If the only way to, come back to office is by joining
Fubara
APC,
can never be a hungry man. Look, Fubara can never be a hungry man, even if they refuse him to come back to government.
Remember what Wike said yesterday? That was Friday during his media briefing, where he said, in fact, he wanted Fubara to be totally removed, that it was even the president that was benevolent enough to, put a state of emergency in the state. Yes,
because
the FCT minister said it himself that he wanted him to be removed.
On what ground? Because it's the owner of River. You can imagine impunity. You can imagine. They are very lucky. They are very lucky we no longer have bad boys somewhere. All this noise would have ended long ago. Can you just imagine?
What would have the bad boys done? What would they have done?
They are very lucky we no longer have bad boys.
But we saw militants threatening people here and there before the state of emergency was announced.
They are no longer what they used to be. Is that the only place you have bad boys?
Okay.
They didn't remember how the First Republic was truncated. Was it not the arrogance of the civilian? Was it not the arrogance of the civilian administration? Was it not the arrogance that angered Nzogu and his people? The same thing, in fact, is even worse now, 10 times worse now. We telling somebody to come and beg him. Whenever I hear that thing, I feel very, very sad.
He has been expecting the governor to suspend the governor to come beg him.
And people are listening to such nonsense. Tell me, in a Senate clan, that man should be walking the street by now.
Remember that the FCT minister bought from for all the electorates, them contestants in River State in 2023, from House of Assembly to Senate to House of Reps to even the governor himself.
That's it.
Yes, so he sponsored them.
With whose money?
Does that not give him right over them?
Are you serious?
I'm asking.
This is your own democracy.
No, I'm asking. It's a question that's thrown open on the table.
In fact, if you have done such a thing, it should be in secret. You don't even need to open your mouth.
He said it himself.
That's what I say. Because you have seen Nigerian states.
Okay.
We are in a state of lawlessness. That's why he can open his mouth and say such a thing. And nobody have called him to order. It's a state of lawlessness that we are in. That is why a wicked can open his mouth and say he bought form for everybody, this and that. With whose money? How rich is Wike and his family?
He never said that. He never mentioned the source of that.
So the money came from God who gave him the money or what? I don't understand. Is it not because of the River State? Is it without being told? If those funds are 100 million, where did Wike get all those money? Where?
Well, nobody has questioned him. Even the president never questioned him.
Without being told, look, there are certain things that are very clear, very obvious. You don't, even if the person is denying it, you just turn your nose off. How can he tell me that how rich was Wike and his family before he came into government? No, somebody should tell you. Let us start from there. As we say, it is family wealth. How rich was he?
We only know that he started his political career.
So if you calculate all the money
from there,
he has
became
made.
The chief of staff. From there, he became the minister. From there, the governor. Now to the FCT minister.
Good. If you calculate all the money, including allowances and everything, would Wike have made up to 200 million from legitimate salary? 200 million.
That is a question that Wike himself should answer. I hope he answers that.
No, from the salary scale of all this position he was holding, could Wike have made up to 200 million? Let's assume he's not even spending the money. You can see, EFCC, they don't do their job. But
and we know that especially PDP and APC forms then was quite pricey. It wasn't on the low side at all.
I said 100 million. He did not say it. So what are you now saying? A man paid for all this. With whose money? That's the question. Whose money? Whose money? What is the beef between him and Fubara? Is it not because when Fubara now became the governor, he discovered that the IGR was, moving up. Unlike when Wike was there, that he was 6 billion.
He really moved up.
The man now said, he now set up a panel to probe what was going on. That was the problem. Wike told him not to try that. And the man went ahead. That was where they wanted to impeach him. Wike threatened that if you do it, there will be impeached. And he now, instigated those lawmakers to impeach him because of what he was doing. That means the IGR of River State was reduced by Wike. So the other balance is going to where? That is the one he said him every month.
Remember, Fubara was also the accountant general during Wike's time.
Yeah, he's just accountant now. How will he know what
that means? That means he knows about all the transactions that happened in the state. That's
why won't he know? He knows as the accountant. He knows all the money that is with Wike. Fubara knows, but because Wike feel that he's being backed by the federal, he's above the law.
All right, Barrister. Before there is a new terrorist group, and they are called Mamuda. And they have taken over Kwara State. Kwara is really close from here, Barrister. They abducted many people yesterday, burnt vehicles, and looks like they are really gaining ground in Kwara State here. We're talking about insecurity. We're talking about the 4 terrorist groups we have. We have another one that has just been reintroduced, and they said these people were part of, I think, people who just separated from the bandits or something like that.
They broke away from Boko Haram.
Yes.
Apparently, Boko Haram. So this one now find the lever to move out and start their own. Abi? What is the end game?
And they have been kidnapping people.
Kidnapping and terrorizing people for money. That's nothing else. Kidnapping and terrorizing people for money.
And they'll be collecting taxes.
That is the end game, nothing else. All this thing that we are
from farmers
for more money.
And villagers.
Look at how much that have been wasted in the hands of these people. Maybe one rascal who feel that he has the liver have formed his own group and decided to take over Kwara and then put them under bondage. He has created his own kingdom in Kwara. You can imagine. Why are they doing it? Because the ground has been made fertile. You know, when a ground is fertile for certain crops, it will.
By the way, the other day, I think on Friday, we saw more than 300 Boko Haram were reintegrated, disarmed,
of course,
reintegrated back into the society. So we are seeing terrorists, people who kill people who kidnap, who destroy properties, people who are against the government are being reintegrated back into the society.
So when I tell you now that government,
and they are still saying to go back to their old ways. That's the funny thing. Or the irony in all of this is that some of them are seen to go back to their old ways. They go back, they give information, they go back to give their former counterparts information. So what is the point of still giving these people amnesty, reintegrating them back into the society when they still cause mayhem in the society?
When I tell you that the government is not fighting terrorism, these are my reasons. You know, I've told you here. What is driving this is religious and ethnic sentiment. All those people that are integrated and all that, go and check where the religion they profess, go and check where they come from. That's what is driving it. So you cannot tell me that the federal government is fighting. No. Even these ones that are killing in Plateau and BENUE, they know them, but they won't touch them. Promise, they will not touch them. If the security manage to catch any of them, tomorrow they are back. So what are you now telling me? That government is fighting is a lie. Pure lie, complete lie. They are not doing anything. All these things you are hearing and seeing is just smoke screen. Shetima went to Plateau, he went to Bay. It's a pure lie. It's deceit. Pure deceit. They are not serious. Let that Shetima explain to us what he was doing with the Kabiru Sokoto.
That was found in his That was found in his residence.
Of course. Before he became vice president, what was he doing with that man up to today? Did he explain to us?
In Borno State.
So please, people should spare those tricks. I'm not interested.
All right.
When they are ready, and when Nigerians are ready, we will know how far. Until this thing get to a head, this matter will not be solved. Mark my word. Until it get to a head, until the people fight back with the same ammunition they are using against them, this thing will never come to an end.